A little robot for learning and fun at home. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Miko Mini, Miko, is the latest kid-friendly AI device. And with us from Miko is co-founder and CEO Sneh Vaswani. Good to see you again, Sneh.
Hi, Fred. So nice to see you.
Well, congratulations on what you're doing with the new Miko Mini and the whole line. First, let's talk a bit about the company's background and the story behind Miko.
We started this company in 2015. Miko is a deep tech consumer startup. And the thought process was, how can we help parents raise kids in the modern world? I was joined by my two co-founders who've been my batchmates from IIT Bombay. And we've been working together since 2008 in multiple student robotic competitions, got into our corporate careers, and then started Miko together in 2015. We saw the world has seen a massive change in the past 2 decades, where childhood of today is fundamentally different from how it was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And there's a constant decline in social emotional levels of kids. Keeping that in mind, we thought, can we build an entire ecosystem of intelligent products that can help children and help parents in engaging, educating, and entertaining a child? They basically focus on specific problems and report back outcomes to parents and grow with the child as a companion. And this, over a horizon of 10 years, say by 2025 and beyond, can be solving multitudes of problems in the entire relationship between a parent and a child. So in this entire journey, we had to bring on board people from education, from psychology, from mathematics, from roboticists to engineers to come together and build the first product, that is Miko. Post that, we had the second generation Miko 2, and then finally came the third generation Miko 3. And now we've come with our latest flagship Miko Mini, and there's a whole product roadmap built in that direction for the years to come. We envision impacting over 100 million kids in our lifetime as over the next 10 years and beyond, across the globe, so that there's an AI system that can engage, educate, entertain, and improve an entire generation going forward.
So step us through what Miko can do. And I guess it's true of 3 and the new Mini, right?
Yes. So what Miko does is that it talks to you, it plays with you, it interacts with you, it learns from you, and throughout its journey, based on the engagement, it is able to recommend new experiences to the child. So just like there are apps on your phone, there are apps on Miko, and each app is an experience in itself. It could be an interactive storytelling experience. It could be a conversational experience. It could be a game where Miko runs around and plays a game with you as a character in the game. So based on what the parent wants on a mobile app, they can set up the mobile app and set the profile of their kids. Post that, the robot is able to understand what the parent wants to focus on. The robot will recommend new experiences to the child based on the time of the day, based on the moment. Engage the child on that activity. You could play, for example, you could play freeze dance with Miko 3, or you could play Akinator with Miko Mini. Each of these experiences has a certain social emotional objective as a parameter that Miko wants to drive improvement on, and how the child is engaged and with the device. Miko is able to report back positive outcomes over a period of time to the parent. So that's the whole concept, where it's a device that engages a child, but completely as per the directions of the parent. And that's the thought process. So the parents can get insights, quantified, qualitative recommendations on what they should do, what would be their next steps for the robot. And the robot is at the service of the family, helping the child, helping the parent, and so on.
Are there differences in the capabilities between the Miko Mini and the Miko 3?
Oh, absolutely. Both the devices are fundamentally, the objective remains the same, but there are architectural differences between the way these two devices have been designed. On one device, like the Miko 3 has a large screen, and it's a touch screen, so you can consume media content like video content of Miko 3 itself, And while it will have conversations, roam around, run around, and do all the other things that it does, Miko Mini can also do all of that, but Miko Mini has a much smaller screen. It's not meant, it is a product that those parents who prefer a screen-free experience for the child, they can go for the Miko Mini. It's a bedside companion tabletop companion that can tell you stories, be audio first in its nature. That's the fundamental difference between Miko Mini and Miko 3. So parents can, based on their requirements, they can go for a Miko 3, which is a full power pack device with all the content and different apps, audio, video, to games, to different things that are present on it. Or they can go for a Miko Mini, which is audio first, has an audio ecosystem built on it. The games are audio based and so on. That's the fundamental difference between the two.
So tell us what your thoughts are about using devices like this. I guess some parents are trying to steer their kids away from all of the technology because they're worried about overload, that they don't need to expose kids to it. Tell me what your thoughts are.
So that's a great point, Fred. I think the pandemic has taught us the importance of technology. In pandemic, it was technology that brought not only kids but everyone relied on technology in some form and fashion when the world was going through the pandemic. But what we realized is that 92% parents had a concern on screen addiction, how the generation is evolving. But when you ask the same parents, would you want your kids to completely cut off from technology? 80% of them said no. Every other child in the classroom has access to it. I don't want my child to feel left out. There we started digging deeper into our qualitative surveys, and then we realized something very interesting. Parents realize the importance of technology. It's just that the existing mediums are perceived by them as not designed for their kids. Like giving a child a phone or a tablet at a very young age, that's not what a parent wants to do. But if there's a device which is completely designed for kids, the system is built with a pure focus on learning and development of the child. It's a closed guarded system which is completely focused on a specific objective of engaging, educating, and improving a certain user. That as a value proposition was something that parents desired for. And based on our surveys across the globe in different geographies, we saw that there's a need for this category. And so that as a parent today, where both the parents have started working and both the fathers and mothers are corporate parents, they want to do more. And they want the assistance of AI to help them in this entire journey where they can take informed decisions going forward. This is the initial journey of whether that would be a platform that would be adopted or not came to our minds in 2016, 17, 18 through numerous pilots that we did in different countries. I think when a new category comes in, people are always wondering whether this is right or not. But then once they start embracing, they realize the benefits of it. Then we see a very rapid adoption. And we've seen that rapid adoption curve in every new market that we try to build the category. So therefore, initially, there's some awareness, parents experience it, they like it, and then they go ahead and adopt it in the best way possible.
How do you respond to people who have concerns about privacy and security? I mean, you're getting information about a child here, and the parents may wonder, well, what happens to that? How do you address those concerns? And you learn about a person's home too, right? To some extent.
So I think we are probably the most concerned about the family's privacy than any other organization, is what I would say. We designed the products in a manner to ensure that we go above and beyond what any country's regulations would require us to do. And we've been doing it since day one, because we know a section of the users are kids. And so there is no commerce activity. There is no marketing activity. We do not try to push advertisements to kids. The intent of this entire platform is learning and development of the child. There is no separate vested intent like larger tech organizations have of taking your data and marketing advertisements to you and showing that to you, like social media and so on. There's nothing of that sort. Its single most intent is learning and development. Complete privacy is in the hands of the parent. You should think of this as a tool that is assisting the parent in their parenting needs, working on the instructions of the parent. There's no visual data that is ever taken to the cloud. It is purely staying on the device itself. So you are completely assured that yes, this device is so we are completely COPPA compliant. We have audits not only on our financials, but we also have audits on our data management practices almost every year. And we have very high benchmarks of the quality of standards of data management that we adhere to, because we know that it is kids who would be also using the product. And keeping that in mind, that's our utmost focus. If I've always said this, I think if your intent is to build a good system which is having a clear goal of helping and improving the learning and development needs of a generation, and parents are able to realize that, then we've not seen concerns raised. If you see in our designs, there are manual latches where you can cover the camera, where you the way the mobile app takes the verifiable parental consent, the way the parents are able to manage the data, everything is crystal clear, transparent for them. So therefore, we believe that there is so much more that technology can do in being like a co-pilot to a child's imagination and curiosity, where a child could probably come back and have enormous new experiences coming out of it. Ensuring that it's a clean system which is completely in the control of the parents will enable them to trust the platform and help them in their parenting endeavors.
Tell me about the content and the model here. Is there there's plenty that comes with Miko, but there are add-ons and subscriptions?
That's right. So as you can see, most large companies who focus on data, you are their product. Your data is shown as different ads that you want. We don't have any such business model. It's single focus. So we believe that the product is doing service to the family, to the user, and to the buyer, that's the parent. So we have, as part of that trust, that the journey that we have to embark upon with the family for the next few years after the purchase of the robot, we have a subscription component. And that subscription component is called Miko Max. In that subscription component, we've started with providing content, which some of the best global brands in the world who have built some of the best content for kids in different geographies, they partner with us, they bring their content onto the platform, and Miko becomes a medium of delivery of that content. Miko can gauge what is the right time and make a recommendation to the child for what kind of content the child would consume. We are now adding services onto the platform, where the robot will be able to deliver some service for a certain learning objective and so on. This is all work in progress that is coming in. Over a period of time, this platform would be an enabler of learning and of content and services being delivered to the family on subscription. So you're right. Once you buy the robot, there is a lot of free content. You can use it out of the box. But then there's also paid content that you can have further content added onto the device, which keeps getting updated. It's a single monthly, annual, or a quarterly subscription that you go for. And based on that, the product is delivering more on content and now upcoming with services as well to the family.
And how much does that cost?
So typically we have a $99 annual subscription onto the product. We also have a quarterly subscription of $49. Now we are coming up with monthly packs as well.
Interesting. Now, you acquired a majority stake in a company called SquareOff a while
That's
back,
right.
and you're sort of incorporating some of that into the picture. Tell me about that.
So that's an amazing story to share. We came across this brilliant team, SquareOff, that was building these robotic and AI chessboards, where you make a move on a piece of chessboard, and the pieces on the other side move on their own, just like bringing Harry Potter to life. And we saw that this could further grow on to become a connected experience with Miko, where once a child who's 4 to 8 years of age and growing with Miko and so on, once the child becomes 8 to 10 years of age, the interest in chess and other such products starts increasing. And a connected product, which is AI driven and bringing a real world experience to the child, falls into our ethos within the Miko umbrella itself. That's what Miko also does. For example, you could today with Miko, the robot, you are a character in a game and the robot is another character in the game, and you both are playing games with each other. The long-term picture is with the chessboard. Right now, you can play chess with the device. You make a move and pieces move, and you learn to play chess. We are now integrating that into Miko the product. So our upcoming updates in 2024 will ensure that Miko and the chessboard talk to each other, and you're playing chess with Miko. So the Miko is having a banter with you, Miko is competing with you, Miko is teaching you. So that's the whole thought process behind the story, and that will come as subsequent updates.
And will that work with both the Mini and 3, or would you need?
That's correct, with both of them.
Very interesting. So, but the chessboard is on the market now through you now as well,
Yes.
right?
Yes. So we've basically currently the chessboard works standalone on its own through mobile app, and the integrated update will follow in due course.
And do you need two of the chessboards, one in one location, one in another, for this to
Not
work?
necessary. That's an added feature actually. So if you have a chessboard at your place and your friend has another chessboard at his place, you both could be playing in the same match with your respective chessboards as well. And so that's an added feature that comes along. But right now it's you can play with AI. You can compete with someone who's sitting in another part of the world. If the other person doesn't have a chessboard, he can also compete with the mobile app where he's playing chess on a phone, and that's actually causing the pieces on your chessboard to move.
Very, very interesting. For more information on all this, where can people go, Sneh?
Also, you can visit our website, and all the that covers in detail about these products, and that's miko.ai. And you can also visit our YouTube channels where we keep sharing new updates and tutorials about our products. And our social media channels are always, we have a help center on the website, blog center, where we cover all the work that we are doing. We have a very strong R&D team where we give forward-looking updates on what are the new things that we are working on. Because what you see today is probably something that we've been working on for many quarters and years, and now the team here is working on products of the future, 2024, 2025. Lots of exciting things happening, so we keep sharing updates about what we are doing.
Want to give us any hints?
You'll be the first one to know, I assure you that.
Terrific. Again, it's Miko, Miko.ai. Sneh Vaswani, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you so much, Fred. It was absolutely so nice to meet you, and have a great day.